Oh, hello there. Yeah, I haven't posted in a while. Yeah, I just told you what I was going to do. I was just going to start reinvesting back profits that I previously made in the last big rise of Bitcoin. So it's going to keep doing this, I'm assuming. That Bitcoin's going to be going up, and then Bitcoin's going to be going down a bit, and then up a bit, and then down a bit, until something happens and we might have a big spike. But yeah, I can see this steady sort of growth going on with most of the coins, really, as cryptocurrency becomes more used and things like that. You know, assuming the world doesn't all just sort of turn in on itself. And yeah, I don't like to get political on anything like this, but it'd be nice if we had like a nice peaceful resolution to all the conflict that's currently going on in the world. But you know, what can you do? We could all try and get along with it. We understand how all these things work as well, and the history involved. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you what I have been doing just for the last, I don't know, month or so, while Bitcoin's been going down. So remember, when I skim, when I take out profits, I put 30 straight back in, 30% straight back in to build up coins or whatever. 30% goes for tax, and 30% goes for, you know, roughly like 30, it's like 33 or whatever, 30, you know, it fluctuates. Goes into like an investment amount that I can use for buying, you know, other investments, or to hold for when the market drops back down again. So that's what I do then. So now I just, I was looking at Bitcoin before at, I don't know, yeah. So if you see here, it's always hard on the phone. It sort of dropped down pretty hard, but there's a little bit of a resistance level there, so it might drop down even further and come back down to this bottom level here where these little spikes are on the left. So that's kind of like a little resistance level. You can see it on this other one, around this area. There's a little bit of a struggle going on, but not a huge one. So if it's going to be the same sort of resistance pushing back the other side, you know, it might not be much of a resistance, and it might push back down pretty hard. But anyway, assuming it doesn't push down, I thought I would jump in and do some stuff. So what I've been doing is, out of this, so this is profit money from before, from previous skims, and there has been moments to skim, you know, but it's usually only like $20 to $30, $40, so I just haven't been bothering. Besides, since it was such a big drop down, I decided to build it back up again, and then, you know, have a bigger rise down the other end when the markets turn back around. So what I'm doing is I'm building up these top coins that have performed well and have risen to the top and have held well during it dropping down. So I'm assuming that when the market recovers, that these coins at the top here, they'll be ones that bounce back stronger. So I just moved $100 over, so I'll buy 50 of this. Because I want to build all these coins up to be all over $1,000, so it's kind of why I'll do that. And while Bitcoin's down, I like to buy a little bit of Bitcoin, so I'll buy $20 worth of that. So as you see, I'm not really using huge amounts of money. Like, you know, you don't have to wait till you got thousands and thousands of dollars to dump into stuff. You can just, you know, start moving it around and adding to it and building it up. And then when it turns back around, you know, $20 could be worth 100, 150, 200, you know, could even be worth more, who knows. So I've got $30 left, so now I'll go to the $70 sort of range. And then kind of what I'm looking at here is I kind of want to get the ones that I can get the most of and are sort of held. Now Dusk has dropped down like $30 in the last week or so I don't know about that one yet. It's sort of making me nervous. But XYM here has been, on this one here, API3 or whatever it is, it's just dropped down into that region. So this could be their little pullback, and then they bounce back up again. But I haven't been sort of watching those ones, but this XYM, it holds pretty strong. And even though it's sort of going down at the moment, it's been a pretty stable coin. And you can go and you can look in the charts and do all that sort of stuff if you want. I've just been watching it for the last few days as well. And I know that coin from before, so yeah, I'd rather shoot it up into this higher range and have more of them. Yeah, so that's all I'm doing at the moment. I'm kind of buying back in. I'm not really taking anything out. I'm just watching Bitcoin and waiting for those moments where it drops down really hard, and then I'll just buy back in on whatever coins I want to do. So this T-Fuel at the moment, that's the one I want to build up to let's do 1 month. Yeah, build it back up again. As you see, it had a pretty big spike there for a while. Be nice to see it have a nice big run again. Alright, so that's what I've been doing. So yeah, you know, as they say, when the blood's in the water, that's when you make your money. So it's the time to buy in. Again, use whatever strategy you want. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting, for every $100 I put in, I put in 50 onto the coin I'm building up to 1,000, which at the moment is T-Fuel. $20 goes into Bitcoin, because why not? May as well just keep chipping away at the Bitcoin sort of thing. And it slowly goes up. It's not really very high. And then the remaining 30, I go to the 70s or the 80s, maybe the 60s. Like dollar range, and just work out which one I want to put it onto that time. Boost it up, make it $100 coin. So be working on building all the coins to being $100 in value as minimum, and then increasing from the top down $1,000. And then yeah, see how we go. Hopefully the markets will turn around. I have been looking at whether or not I should start skimming again. But yeah, who knows? But yeah, slipped off the thumb. That bread, that did really well. That performed really high at one point. Yeah. So my account wallet value fluctuates a fair bit. Yeah, it's 503. 502, because it's across all of them. It's gone down by dollars as many times as I flick it. So you got to get used to that when you're dealing with all the coins, because if they all have a bad day or if they're all dropped down, that number there can drop significantly. But that's alright. That's when we're looking at buying. Just want to see what the Bitcoin charts are doing. Yeah, see, it's sort of leveling out there. So you can sort of see that sort of resistance level. You know, probably about there is the resistance level. And all it is a point where the market keeps trying to go down but just can't. You know. There's a pretty strong downward push. So who knows, this could be the turnaround that goes back up. This could be the big turnaround that turns the whole market around, and you know, all these numbers now shoot up. Because you know this is the time where all the coins are being devalued and they're lower in price, so you can buy more of them. So this is the time where I kind of, you know, replenish the stock and feed back into the coins. And then hopefully hopefully when the market turns back around, then most of these coins turn around with it and all creep back up again. And that's when you'll even see these sort of bottom coins that are like kind of nothing at the moment. But you have enough of them when it all turns around, they get like really big pushes. That's what I've sort of noticed. These ones that sort of really linger and drop down hard. When they have turnarounds, they turn around really hard. So I don't know. Who's to know what's going to go on? But that's the strategy I'm employing at the moment. And you see the market's still falling because I just look at my approximate value. Look overall, I'll have coins that are performing well and coins that aren't. So even on a day like today, which is like absolutely terrible, right? Big thumbs. Yeah, so even on a day like today, just trying to hit the change. Yeah. So, well, if you're using my strategy, there's only really 4 coins there that do anything. And because none of them are over the $62 mark, I really can't touch any of them. But, that's not to say that coins aren't moving in a positive direction, you know what I mean? Hey, there's a coin I don't have yet, the MTV, I'll have to buy that. So I'll buy $20 worth of that coin. And, see what it does. So that's my entry point on any coin, I just make it $20. And then, so I'll have to buy that one now. Forgot about that. What's this gone up 2%? Yeah, so and then I'll just wait to see what it does. If it goes above $20, if it grows, then I'll feed into it more and then help it grow and invest more into it. If it never passes the $20 mark or goes backwards, it goes down to $10, I just don't worry about it. Do you know what I mean? It cost me $20 to find out if that coin was worth it or not, And if it does in the future turn around to be something big, I'll just pick it up then. And I already got a bunch of it at a really low price anyway, if it dropped that much. So that's my strategy at the moment. And just keep reinvesting money back into it, not taking anything out of the market at the moment. It's gone up 504. So it just fluctuates, So just putting into the market, not taking anything out because it's just so low at the moment. I think somebody was saying the other day it was 50%, it's dropped down, which is bad, but that's not bad either. You know what I mean? I think, what are we at now, 57, so it got up to like 85 or 90,000. This is Australian. That'd be close to around the 50%, fluctuate around there. So hopefully it'll all turn back around the other way. Again, I don't know, who knows. Oh, look at that. That's really heartbreaking when you see your account value drop a chunk like that. It's alright, makes up for it when you see it go the other way, when you increase a big chunk. It goes from one thing, jumps up $1,000 in, as many seconds. That feels better then. This one's just got to not see it as like the market's going down and you're losing money, but an opportunity to reinvest back into the market. Of course, with money you can afford, and that's why I'm using the profits from the previous, skim rise that happened, And then the plan would be to keep increasing the coin values. So even when the market goes down again, you're reinvesting back in, you can get it back up quicker and have a significant amount in there. I'd like to have at least $1,000 on each coin. That would be nice. I kind of be good to get it to the point where it's like a few million sitting there across all the coins. I think then it'll be spitting out a good steady income. And if the cryptocurrency keeps going for the next few years, even 10 years, I should definitely have something like that going by then. Who knows, it could be going sooner. Alright, well that's my strategy at the moment. Reinvest back in, wait for the rise back up, start skimming again later. And then build up a really large portfolio base. It's just like a really diverse crypto portfolio. Alright, stay cool, have fun, and keep trading. Check out the book, that's still on there.